You may not have known, but back in the 90s, NBC was eager to have both Seinfeld and Friends cross paths in New York City as a crossover. But Larry David thought the show should be left alone, saying, "Nah, I'm good." Former Seinfeld writer and producer Peter Melman shared about what happened between David and the network many years ago. NBC was suggesting a crossover night where the Seinfeld and Friends characters would cross paths in both shows. Larry said no to that, but Melman said this to Larry. "You know what would be good, though? If we just tell NBC we would do the crossover, but in our show, Ross would die." They laughed. I mean, they literally laughed. And Larry was more lighthearted about the request, but he still thought that the two series should stay separated. I guess it's no surprise Larry David would be lighthearted about his show having Ross be killed. Oh my goodness, they not right. So in the Friends crossover, it'll be fine. But when it comes to Seinfeld, if they had to choose between one of the Friends characters to die, I guess it's Ross, huh? Oh, that's Seinfeld for you. So based on the title itself, do you guys think a Seinfeld and Friends crossover would have worked? To me, I think a Seinfeld and Friends crossover could have worked. I would have loved to seen a Seinfeld Friends crossover. I could see Kramer and Phoebe getting along very well. In fact, they could have probably dated each other. I could see Jerry and Monica dating because, let's face it, both Jerry and Monica are neat freaks. And Courtney Cox was in that Seinfeld The Wife episode where she was Jerry's girlfriend, pretending to be his wife for that discount. Who would have dated Rachel? I guess George. I guess I could see George having a liking for Rachel, but they go on a date, but fails and it doesn't work out. I could definitely see Jerry and Chandler getting along very well since they're both sarcastic. Jerry with his whole, "What's the deal with that?" And Chandler with his whole, "Could I be any whatever?" Joey and Kramer, I think, would have gotten along well too. I think George and Ross would have gotten along well too. But as far as all that, it never happened, and it looks like obviously a Seinfeld Frasier crossover would never happen since both shows have ended. But it's a good thing. There's fan fiction. You guys know the fan fiction websites. You come up with your own fan fiction ideas. So you guys, down the link in the description box, you guys can check out the Seinfeld Friends crossover at fanfiction.com titled "The One with Seinfeld." I mean, the person that did that fan fiction, that was just great. So tell me your thoughts. Would you have liked to see a Seinfeld Friends crossover? Do you think it would have worked? Tell me your thoughts. See you later.